run about 3,300 acres. It is mainly consists of corn and soybeans, tobacco, and cattle. We put up the feed for our cattle, raise both cows and calves in a feeder operation. Nearly all of my land is leased. We own about 200 acres, and out of the 3,300, so it's just an easier way to cash flow the operation when ground's leased instead of purchased.
We went to school together. We're the same age. We met in 6th grade on the playground playing kickball, and he was my boyfriend off and on from 6th grade till now. So we've grown up together. I knew I would probably marry a farmer because my daddy was a farmer and I'm a daddy's girl, and my grandfathers were both farmers. It is a way of life.
I went to school at the University of Kentucky. I majored in agriculture economics, minored in business, and I just took everything that I learned and tried to implement it to our business to make us as efficient as we can run and try to get ahead of the competition. We shouldn't sit here and dwell on what kind of failure we've had due to Mother Nature. We just need to look towards the future, because when you're sitting here dwelling on something, you can't go on with what needs to be done.
I'm the most proud of Bruce, probably just his determination, his will to succeed at a job that he really loves to do. He had this dream as a child, and he has made it a reality and has been successful at it. He isn't afraid to take risks. I just think he's so determined.
No, I think it would be much harder to accomplish, if not impossible to accomplish what we've accomplished without being a team, having teamwork. You know, the first and foremost thing that I want to give her credit for, I mean, she takes care of the kids 24/7. I mean, I do what I can to be a good parent. I'm away from the home a lot, but that takes up a lot of her time, and that's very important to me as the next generation. Advice for a young farmer starting out farming, first of all, I would tell them that they need an education. That's very important. I don't think we'd be where we are today without education. It is very, very important for them to have the determination and the will to succeed. But it all goes back to the determination factor. Our Farm Bureau's got many roles. I mean, obviously we carry all of our insurance through Farm Bureau here at the farm at the local level. I mean, that's what most people in the community would think of when they think of Farm Bureau. But when I think more about Farm Bureau, I think of the ag policy that they fight for us farmers in Washington. They're a big voice. The future for our farm, I think, is unlimited. We're in expansion mode unless we get to a point to where we think we should, and we are striving for the future to grow and build upon what we already have.
Yeah, I grew up around farming. My father didn't farm, but I have an uncle that farms, and my grandfather used to farm, and I guess that's where I got my interest in it. And I worked with them a lot whenever I was a kid in middle school and high school. And I started raising my own tobacco crop when I was 15. I had started with an acre, and by the time I was out of high school, I think I was up to 4 acres. But I paid for a lot of my college that way. We'll stop right here for a minute, take a look at this tobacco. Well, dark tobacco varieties are more heavy-bodied and robust type of tobacco than burley is that most people in the state of Kentucky are familiar with. And the curing process is the main difference. It's hung in the barn, and we build fires under it using hardwood slabs and sawdust. And usually 2 to 3 fires is sufficient to cure the crop, and each fire may burn from a week to 10 days. And that helps to draw the moisture out of the leaf and to cure it. And it also helps to add flavor and finish to the leaf that the buyers require. Well, my farming operation consists of some row crop and also dark fire tobacco. We raise corn, wheat, and soybeans, as well as 15 acres of dark fire tobacco. I'd say that what I'm the most proud of about my farming operation is that although it's small, we are growing, and what we have accomplished, we've done from scratch with little assistance from anybody else. And that gives me a sense of pride to have been able to start with basically nothing and accomplish some level of success so far, and hopefully more going forward.
I'm just proud that he works so hard for our family and all the hours he puts in just for us and to help us make a living, and just that he's doing what he loves to do and that he's happy with what he does. Before Cooper was born, I guess I played a bigger role. I would help move equipment and run errands and things like that. Of course, since I have a full-time job and now that I'm taking care of Cooper when I'm not at work, it's more limited, but I still help out with moving things around when I need to.
You know, I think that Farm Bureau's role in agriculture is an important one. It's a good organization for farmers to be involved in, and it kind of gives farmers and agriculture as a whole a voice as a group, so that their concerns and needs can be expressed to our legislature. Farming definitely is more than just a job to me, although it's definitely a business and has to be treated as such. It's also a lifestyle to me as well, and one that I enjoy and want to raise my family around and give many of the same experiences that I've had to my children as they grow up.
Currently our farm, we farm a little less than 6,000 acres of corn, soybeans, wheat, hay and pasture. We also have a percentage ownership in our Misty's parents' beef cattle operation.
I grew up on a farm. I say that I'm the generational farmer, and Ryan and I together are brand new farmers because I come from farming lineage from both of my parents' side, and I grew up through 4-H and FFA, raising cattle and tobacco, and swore that I would never ever marry a farmer. And then while we were in college, Ryan and I had been friends, and then began.
I swooped her off her feet.
Yes, he was so wonderful. He swept me off my feet, and we decided the first year I started teaching agriculture, we got married that December, and he started his operation here in Ogdenville.
The 1st of June, I would say we probably had the best crop started we had ever had in our period of farming. I farm now. Started out as an FFA project in '93 or '94, I'm sorry, but this was probably the harshest drought I have seen in such a quick, short period of time. You know, farming is no different than any other business. You have good times and you have bad times. You know, our biggest difference in farming is we're up against the elements of Mother Nature. You know, we don't know whether it's going to rain, what the temperature is going to be like, what conditions are going to provide for the year. However, you know, you don't quit, you can't give up, you can't let stress get to you for one. We've got a shop building now with right at 2,000 square foot of office space with offices, a conference room, bathrooms, full kitchenette for the employees. we got a place that we can be really proud of. We got a place we can bring potential landlords, other business contacts in with, salesmen, and meet with them. And you know, we're not dragging people in the house all the time. We've kind of separated the home life from the business life, you might say.
My role on the farm is somewhat limited because I do have a full-time job as a high school agriculture teacher, but I'm also there to fill in the gaps. Ryan doesn't really have time to do the social media part of it, so I'm in charge of the Facebook page, and I'm also in charge of our farm web page. And I also take care of our 2 sons, and that takes a tremendous amount of time at times, and that's part of the reason why I take supper to Ryan, is so that the boys can interact with him and be a part of the farm operation.
We have to have a group like Farm Bureau or other commodity groups or whoever there to represent us, whether it be in Frankfort or Washington or simply at a town hall meeting. We have to do it as a joint effort and a unified voice right now. We have to have a group that is like-minded, that shares our interest, and we all have one common goal in mind, and that's to sit back and realize, you know, in the next 50 years we've got to feed a doubling population. That's the thing for Farm Bureau. Farm Bureau has to be there for us. A group like Farm Bureau, they have to be there to support us because we cannot always be there for ourselves to stand up. We have to have a group behind us like the Kentucky Farm Bureau.
What's in it?
Soybeans.